So there was some aspects of it written on the script. Obviously, the voiceover runs throughout, and the inner voice stays the same. And also, the sets of mannerisms were described, the consistent set of mannerisms and how they evolve through every kind of new iteration. So there was that written, and every actor came on board knowing that they were part of this through line. And then what happened is Sarah, who plays the first major the iteration of the character Nevena, she came to us during production like several weeks in advance of the shoot. We recorded the voiceover 5 weeks before the shoot, and me and her sitting in a dark room, and we're close friends, but me and her sitting in a dark room, like going through these lines and processing them. The character kind of took shape at that moment, really, in the most special way. And then that was the main guiding post. Then taking Sarah into the village where we were filming and kind of walking her through the world, so that she was like feeling like she was part of it. She even came to some location scouts. She was very much a part of the team, so she knew this world intimately. And also the other thing is, I was always obsessed with, even in first, second year uni, with wild children, the phenomenon of kids who are raised away from humanity, whether by wolves in the forest or just, trapped, in a cellar. And there's like a few documented cases of this that I was always just, I don't know, instinctively drawn to and really related to. Life is not like that at all, thank God. But there, one particular case that I've always been drawn to is of Jeannie Wiley, who was this young girl who was freed in the late 60s, early 70s in California. And there's a lot of video footage of her, but there was this 145-second video just where she just is walking through a yard and just engaging with things in the yard that is just, like neither me nor any of the actors could watch it without tears coming to our eyes. And it kind of was a great context for how isolation would have shaped someone like Nevena as well, and putting us in this mindset of things that we take for granted that we shouldn't be taking for granted. And then every actor that came on board afterwards, and they came in random order, it was not at all chronological. They met Sarah. She told them how we shot scenes with her first. She told them what she had done. They heard the voiceover. I obviously had spoken to them in advance and explained the story world and the story universe. I took them to the village so they could see it, and they saw this video as well of Jeannie Wiley, and that was all they had. As they kind of came on set, and after that, I told them, I need you to build on this with your own soul. Like, you don't bring Numi Rapace to Carlotta Cotta and tell them be like someone else. I want to capture your essence in this as well, because conveniently for us, every time the character goes through another body and another iteration, she grows and evolves in a specific way. And then the actors each had room to put a part of themselves in it. And then kind of, I could manipulate the order of scenes a little bit to sort of, in terms of how we shot them, to kind of, if something was seated in later on, I could put it in some of the earlier ones, and later on to just kind of keep it a neat emotional through line. And the other thing ultimately is, not just with this character, but with every character, when I get on set, if an actor needs to do something, I put myself in that same emotional and mental state, and I stay in that for the whole, time we're shooting it. And I think there is something symbiotic and organic that I don't have to communicate that. Like, I don't have to say what I'm feeling, or I don't tell people what they should be feeling. But I think there is something of that, and like, because I felt very connected to both Nevena and Maria, actually, some of that comes through, and I think that helped with the through line, because each of those actors said that to me specifically. They felt like I was feeling, what they were, and I actually, I only know to say that now because I was doing it unconsciously.